Do you struggle to stick to a diet for long enough to see the results that you want? To get rid of those love handles, that beer belly, and maybe even those moves? Well, then you're going to want to stick around for this video, because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to start doing. Over the last 20 years of being around the fitness space and the last 10 years of working closely with hundreds of clients myself, I've learned that this one thing, this one change of doing this every single day when you're on a diet massively improves your chances of getting the results that you want. Up until I started doing this, I struggled to be consistent with my diet. Now I get my clients to do exactly the same thing, and as a result, their consistency and results have skyrocketed. And I'm about to show you the same thing. You ever dieted hard all week and you feel so proud? You walk around with your chest puffed out like, I know I've done everything I possibly can this week to lose weight. Only to weigh yourself on a Monday and then realising that your weight has actually gone up. And you're like, what? No? How can that be? It's impossible. I've done everything that I needed to do in order to lose weight. I haven't put a foot wrong. You see, the problem with only weighing yourself on a Monday, it's like judging the quality of a movie by only watching the worst scene of that whole film.
Oh shit!
You need to start weighing yourself every single day. What? No, why? So I can be depressed every day with what I see on the scales? No, if you know that you're sticking to your diet to the letter, then weighing yourself daily could help you understand exactly how you're starting to get the results, and that weighing yourself daily and actually noticing that your weight fluctuates up and down at different times of the week, different days of the week, potentially different weeks, depending if you're a male or a female and you have a menstrual cycle, that's going to affect things as well. Let me show you exactly what I mean here on my trusty blackboard. Not a whiteboard, because I'm hugely behind the times. And I love having chalk dust absolutely everywhere all the time. This is an example of somebody weighing themselves on a daily basis and why it is a good idea to do it if your goal is weight loss. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, as you can see there. Now you might start off weighing yourself on a Monday, maybe this is the first day of your diet, and you're at 10 pounds. Okay, now I'm just using random numbers. I know someone doesn't weigh 10 pounds, but I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Let's say you weigh 10 pounds. Okay, then what happens is on Tuesday, after sticking to your diet a little bit, maybe it goes down to 9. Then Wednesday, you know, you've a good few days into your diet now and it goes down to 8. Thursday sticks at 8. Friday, maybe it creeps back up to 9. Saturday, 10. Sunday, 10. Then back to the next Monday and it's 10 still. The problem with only weighing yourself on a Monday is that you're going to miss out the 9, the 8, the 8 and the 9 throughout those weigh-ins. So you're not going to see that 8, the lowest weight of the week. And you're just going to weigh yourself then after a whole week of dieting on Monday again, and it's going to say 10 pounds, just like the Monday before. And you're going to be thinking, what the hell? I completely stuck to my diet. How can this be possible that I haven't lost a single pound? Now this is going to be down to the fact that for most people, the majority of people, there are going to be outliers to this, but for the majority of people, Monday through to Friday, your week is going to be very busy, it's going to be very regimented, and it's going to be the days where most people are best at sticking to their diet. Come the weekend, maybe you have factored in a little bit more flexibility. So with most of my clients, we try and make sure that we factor in some flexibility on the weekends, allowing them to maybe be in a slightly stricter deficit during the week, saving some of those calories up and adding them onto their weekend, because that's when they're more social, that's when they're out having a meal with friends, or maybe they're celebrating someone's birthday, or maybe they fancy a couple of glasses of wine or a couple of pints of beer with their mate. So we try and allow them to have a few more extra calories on the weekend. So this is going to mean that then come the weekend, 1, you're going to weigh more just because you've consumed more food. 2, chances are during the week you consumed less carbohydrates to help you be in that deficit. Then at the weekend, because you went out on Friday night with your missus for a pizza, you've consumed way more carbohydrates than you have on average throughout every other day of the week. It's going to make your weight fluctuate up. Not because all of a sudden you've gained 2 pounds of body fat, but actually because there's going to be water retention and more food volume inside you from the weekend, still digesting all of that stuff. And again, like we said, with women, you've also got to factor in menstrual cycle and the different changes throughout the month and how that's going to affect your weight and make it fluctuate. So if you only weighed yourself on a Monday, you're going to be extremely disappointed. Now as we come down to week 2, this person has decided they know that they need to weigh themselves every day of the week. They can see the bigger picture and they know what they're doing. So they stay consistent. Now all of a sudden, their lowest weight reading of that week is actually 7 pounds compared to the 8 pounds the week before. This is the number you want to be focused on because this is the most accurate as to what's actually happening with your body fat. And then all you do is you keep repeating this process of weighing yourself each day for weeks and weeks on end until you get to your goal. Keeping an eye on the lowest weight reading of the week. Some weeks that might stay exactly the same. It might not change. The following week it might just be 7 pounds. That doesn't mean you go and throw everything out the window. You stick to things, keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully then the following week it might go down to 6 pounds. Okay, and you keep sticking to things, you keep doing what you're doing. Maybe then the next week, you didn't have the greatest week on your diet, so maybe it's gone back up to 7, but it's still heading in the right direction from where you started. Keeping an eye on the lowest weight reading of the week is going to give you a better vision of what is actually going on, and because you are starting to see that number going down, you're going to be more likely to stick to your diet. Stop just weighing yourself on one day because it can be incredibly demotivating. Now, the moment that I started implementing this with myself when I'm actively trying to drop body fat and doing the same thing with my clients, it made everything more clearer. It made them understand more what they were doing, that they were doing the right things even though the weight is fluctuating up and down, and not to make drastic decisions based off of the weight on the scales. As long as that lowest weight reading of the week was going down over time, they're doing all of the right things. And if at some point it stalls for 2, 3, 4 weeks, then maybe there's something that needs adjusting with your diet. Maybe you need to drop the calories a little bit more to help you go into more of a deficit again. Or maybe you're just not being as good with your diet as you think you are. But that is a completely separate video. Now, this is a great way of tracking your progress, but it's also not the only way of tracking your progress. Progress pictures are a good idea, and I always say to my clients, keeping an eye on where you started and how far you've come along. So have a look back and think, you know, maybe I feel like I should be losing more weight, but am I still doing more now than I was before I started this whole journey? And if the answer is yes, then you're heading in the right direction. The thing is with fat loss is it often takes a lot longer than you think it's going to take. The one thing I always say to clients when they start is that, look, you didn't all of a sudden wake up one morning and need to lose 3 stone. This has happened and accumulated over years, months, over a long period of time. So don't expect to turn it all around in the next 6 weeks. Yes, you can see great results in that time, but you need to carry on going and be consistent to turn around all of those years of gaining that weight. So if you are somebody that always allows the weight scales to be the one thing that throws you off your diet and stops you from being consistent, and it seems to be the one reason why you never get results because you keep giving up, then start trying this process of weighing yourself daily. Also, don't forget to drop me a follow because I'll be posting lots more helpful content for you. If you found that video useful, smash that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.